morning. Hi, Harleen. Is Ruth out there? Hi, Ruth. Hi, Becky. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Well, let me get over to my laptop here and come in and set it up so that I can see you guys for real. Ooh, it says I'm alive. Good morning, ladies. You early birds. You early birds. Let me tell you, we were gone almost all day Monday, exhausted, came home exhausted. So I did not stream Tuesday morning. I was going to stream Wednesday morning, but I mowed the lawn on Tuesday. I'm getting old. I'm getting old. It wore me out. It wore me out. And then yesterday, I did some house cleaning, laundry, house cleaning, vacuuming. We had to clean out our vacuum, and boy, that was a job. That took me a couple hours because all that hair and string and threads and everything get wrapped around the little piece with the dice, and it has those little rollers on the bottom, and I had to clean all that out. We finally got suction back. Hi, Pam. So, yeah. So, here's Derwin. Here, thank you, Becky, for Derwin. I have a bit of a Hobby Lobby haul. I'm kind of crooked, aren't I? My desk isn't crooked. My camera's crooked. Let's see if I can straighten it a little. So I haven't been online. Well, I was online Sunday night. Meri, no bad words. Housework. Yeah, that is a bad word, isn't it? Yeah, well, every now and then I have to pull out my recliner, and I like to keep it clean under there. I don't know how that stuff gets under my recliner, but it really does. And I pull out the whole recliner and vacuum all. And I was looking for my S Pen. I can't find my S Pen, so I ordered a couple. I'm hoping they'll work. So, no bad words. So we went to, my brother went to the VA he lumps all his appointments because we have to travel up there to go. And he lumps all his appointments in one day, and we're there practically all day. But I was able, he had a gap between 11 and 1, kind of over lunchtime. So, and I had to go to the bank, so I got that done. And then I said, well, Hobby Lobby's right over there. And I had time to do a little shopping at Hobby Lobby, so I have that to share with you. Got some fabric on sale. K3N says she does not buy new fabric, but if I like it, I will. And there's some world map hobby fabric and some cotton. This is not the regular pillow ticking. This is cotton that looks like pillow ticking. And then I got this, kind of with the children's things, but I thought it would work for some cards or ATCs. It has cute little, little animal there. I forget what he is. And an owl and a squirrel and a fox and a bird nest and a turtle. So I thought it would make some cute ATCs. And I got some burlap that was on sale. And it's just yellow cotton. So I like to use this. I like to have this stuff on hand for my slow stitch. And we're going to talk a little bit about my slow stitch. I'm not going to slow stitch today, but... And then I bought a new heat gun. Because my heat gun is... The cord's got a short in it. But I was looking at this when I got home. It just says heat 2. It doesn't show the manufacturer. You kind of have to look for the manufacturer. And it's on the label here... ZHOGHAN something plastic company limited. So I'm kind of cringing that it says made with specifications, watts, temperature. It's got a low and high setting, but there's something on here that warning. cancer and reproductive harm, lead and PHTLATES. So they got a warning on label on here. Now, whether that's from using it excessively or not, but they do have a warning on there. So I'm kind of going, well, is this safe to use? I don't use a heat gun that much, but it was there. It cost me $15. Hi, Angie. They're saying rest well, so she might have just peeked in and said hello. She just wanted to say hello. I'm going back to bed. Becky says, yeah, new heat gun. Well, my old one still works, but it's got that short in it. But this warning kind of bothers me. And for all I know, the other one had a warning on it too. But it doesn't say what kind of a warning it is. How serious is it? They had their Master Touch on stuff on sale, of course. And I got a watercolor book because I do want to do some urban sketching if I can get out. Now, my brother has he's being fit for, he's being fit for an insert in his shoe. His feet hurt him. And so we're going to a place called Innovative Prosthetics. And I'm going, well, he still has his legs, but I guess somehow they fit an insert for his shoes to help his feet not hurt so much. So we have to do that today. We have storm warnings today, which kind of scare me because, you know, we're still in Tornado Alley. I got some white gel pens. Oh, here's another couple more little pieces of fabric. When I see them on sale, like what, this cost me, this is cotton, $1.39. When I see this, and then I wanted some white cotton, and so I use this as backing, although I get plenty of that. I wanted some more buttermilk paint. You know, I was looking for tacky glue. I couldn't find any Aleene's tacky glue. I bought me a new mister, and I hope this one mists. The other one I have sprays, and I'm hoping this one works. And I got some Tim Holtz, which I'm always stocking up on. Then I got a bunch of, let me put these over here, because I'm going to pack all these back up again in this sack. And I got a bunch of stuff on sale. Oh, I bought a palette knife. I'm going to keep that out. Then I bought a bunch of little sale items. This one looks like a purse latch. Flip lock piece with prongs and washer to secure base of project. Eyelet with 2 screws. So I suppose that could be put on a box too. But it was only 99 cents. So I thought, well, I might need it sometime. I got some needles. And this little light bulb was $1.74, but it was originally $7. I thought this would be fun to put on a journal, probably steampunk. Well, what else did I do? Oh, these were 50% off, and they're already $1.49, so they only cost me 75 cents a piece. And I got 4 of them. I wanted some little alphabet stamps. Find that useful on my postcard. Then I got these little jars. This was only 87 cents, but I'm going to start putting little things like this in here. If I can get these labels off. Let's see if I can pull this one off. So how y'all doing this morning? Hi, Roy. Good morning. 6-month fasting checkup this morning. No pancakes today. No pancake Thursday. He says, group hug and hello to all you dedicated atelierettes. Atelier, well, you know. The warnings are crazy. Arlene says it is safe. Thank you, Arlene. I trust you. Yeah, I suppose they have to put those warnings on products just in case somebody gets, to avoid their lawsuits. There, that came off fairly easy. But, you know, I can put little things like this in it. Of course, they do shoe inserts. Yeah, that's what we're going for, Becky. Except we got storm warnings out today. I've got to check the weather again. Kind of scares me because this is tornado season. This is tornado season. Oh, it's got the... I guess one label wasn't enough for these jars. They have to put labels on the top and the bottom. And this one, the little cork keeps falling out. So maybe I just didn't have it in there enough. But I'm going to put little bits and pieces. And I got two. Here's the other one. I won't peel off the... But see, they fit like so. Let's see what else I have in here. Oh, and then these were on sale in the clearance aisle. And I'm going to tuck tatting and threads in here. These are only 50 cents a piece. For Christmas, maybe. So I'm going to put those back in the bag. I got some more of these little things, little bits and pieces on sale, 49 cents. These are, they look like brads almost. Purse feet. They're purse feet, but they almost look like brads. I'll use them for something. Here's some little spoon things. Those were a little high price. Got a couple more pieces in here. Some buttons. On sale for 74 cents. Another one of these little spoon deals. I bought all of them that were on sale here because I thought that was a pretty good deal. And some more needles. So that's my Hobby Lobby haul. Well, almost. I got tatting thread. I bought several skeins of crochet thread for tatting purposes. Let me put this buttermilk up here. I like my buttermilk paint, Deco Arts buttermilk. I like that quite a bit, but I could not find tacky glue. Either they were out of it or they quit selling it. I don't know. So I'll do all of these later. I'm going to put them in these little jars. Little bits and pieces. And I have some more to go in there. But, well, we could put this one in. No, I'll do all this later. So that's my Hobby Lobby haul. I always hit the sales. I try to get the clearance item. I'm going to leave my heat gun out. And let's see what's, oh, that's spritzer. I'm going to leave this out. Maybe I'll try, let's see if this thing really spritz. I'm going to take some water out of this. This one is more for hair, and it comes out in a stream no matter where I put the little nozzle. So I thought I would try one of these that I got in the Real Artist Tool. And I'm going to leave some water in here. I still have to get suspenders for my little gal out on the front porch. She's weathering really good out there. What did I do with the... She's weathering really good, but her skirt's down to the floor. So it's kind of cute in its own way. You know. that piece goes clear to the bottom. I'm wondering if that's going to need to be clipped. Find me a scrap piece of paper here and do a little spritzy here. Yeah, it's coming out in a fine mist. So I'm pretty happy with that. We'll keep that out because, and I just hang this up over here on my cart, if it'll hang right. And so good morning to all of you. I hope you're off to a good day. Hi, Dixie. Dixie Doodles. Arlene is here. Arlene said, I'm wondering if Hobby Lobby is losing brands because of their politics. I have no idea. I have no idea. I wish they'd leave us alone. I guess I don't have much to say about that. You know, truthfully, I think Hobby Lobby dropped some people just because I think they want to promote more of their store brands. I think that's in our area, you see more of their store brand stuff. I miss some of the things like Strathmore journals and some of the nicer art journaling papers, but I can always get them online. Dixie Doodles is here. Becky says, warnings have to go on everything. Some people are idiots. Oh, Becky, that's funny. Oh, Becky, I'm wondering if Hobby Lobby, oh, Becky said that. I thought Arlene said that. You get Aleen's at Walmart? Well, I'm going to Walmart today because I ran out of tacky glue. I poured it all on the head of my scarecrow. So I'm going to check Walmart today, and I want to get her some suspenders. And I'm going to buy an extra. I was teasing my brother. I said, I'm going to get an extra pair of suspenders for you. He's always pulling his pants up. He's eating too much sweet stuff, if you ask me. But don't ask me. He's my brother. He's going to do what he's going to do. I'm going to take these things in. These are what I pulled out the other day. I'm going to take them in, and I do give them a nice water bath after this, just to get any lingering water-based stuff off. These are the last pieces that we water dyed. This is that toile. These are the toile pieces. And after I give them a nice water bath and kind of spread them out this way and let them dry, and I finger press them down, they come out really nice. Oh, and this is that green. Look, it's still got some green in there. I kind of crumbled it up. So these are all going to go out in the other room to be washed. It gets the residual ink off. And I think I've been soaking up most of that ink. Let me put this down to take it out in the other room. I still have some in the jar we're going to take out. So it's good to see you all this morning. I don't know if I'm going to be on the whole time. We'll see. I got the lawn mowed and it's going to rain. That's what happens every time I mow the lawn, but we need the rain so bad. I shouldn't complain because we do need our rain. It's about time to till the garden. I bought some, now I don't know if this matters to most of you, but I bought some Japanese indigo plants. I'm going to try to plant them and do some indigo dyeing. I don't know if it's going to work in our area or not. And you know what? This is on pretty tight. Let's see if I can break the seal here. Always use old scissors when you do this. I think this is pretty well, no, there's still a little liquid left in there. There. So, and I usually just take a big handle paintbrush and we'll use this paper to sop up the juice on it. And what I do is I bring these out. If I can get a hold of it. Come on, Meri. And I just let them air dry. And I don't think there's enough juice in here to, well, there might be some down at the bottom. Let it drip a little. And I'll just throw what's in here. I hate to throw it away. I work so hard to get it. Come on. And then I'm just going to take my paper and sop up the excess. Gives me a nice dyed paper here. I think there are 2 sheets. That's kind of cool. This will be nice to use for journaling purposes. And then I just take this and set. Now there's not enough in here to, I think what I've been doing, I have this other stuff that is kind of residual to, no, that's good stuff. Is this it? Up here. This is residual. I hate to throw this away, but that does look like it's getting moldy in there, so I think I'll combine this and take it out to the shed and behind the shed and throw it away. I don't want to use this anymore. It's yucky. It's fairly old, and I have put fabrics in here, so it's getting yucky. We'll throw all that away. And I'll put clean stuff in here, which is this. This is not moldy. Well, maybe if I just knock on this. Knock, knock. Just have to loosen it up a little. And I like a bigger jar. That's why I'm going from one to the other. And I won't use this for anything else. I'll use it for my next walnut dye-in, which will probably happen this fall because I want to start using this stuff up. I might take some walnuts that fall from the tree this fall and hide some things over the winter with fabric. All right, let's get this off and let it dry. And I just leave it and let it air dry. I put it to the side. This, you know, I might put some of that white fabric that I bought at Hobby Lobby. Where did I throw it? Behind me. Of course, way over there. Ooh, should we try some burlap? No, I don't want to tear that today. Let's get this white strip, and I like to do this, although I am getting plenty. Let's see, this was white cotton, 44 by 23. I paid $2.29 for it. That's probably a little bit more than what I would pay at the thrift store. And I like to get my fabrics at the thrift store, to tell you the truth, but I was at Hobby Lobby, so. And this has kind of a, you can't see it, but it has kind of a print in there. I'm just going to tear some strips off of it, off of the end here. I like strips maybe a couple inches wide. My studio scissors cut. Let's dye some strips. Now I think I'm going to make this one about 4 or 5 inches wide. You know, I think I will. Maybe about 6 inches wide. Be useful for backing in the projects. Maybe another one, and I think that's about all I can get in there. And we'll dye those and see what happens. And this probably has sizing in it. You know, I did not wash this. I just opened it here. It probably has sizing in it. And that may be what we're seeing in that other stuff. Which I said is mold, because I do put alcohol in here. So I'm guessing that that gunk that we're seeing in that other that I'm going to throw out is probably, because I'm not washing my fabrics ahead of time, it's probably sizing off of the whatever it is, it's going to get tossed. And you got to be careful where you throw walnut stuff, because plants don't like it, but I'm going to throw it out behind our garage where the weeds grow. And if the weeds don't like the walnuts, well, that's fine with me. I mowed and I mowed and I mowed and I mowed. It took me all afternoon to get that mowing done. I'm getting old. Let's see. I think I'm going to put this in at like a strip. I am resting more between, like I'll mow the south terrace and I'll rest. It's quite a bit to mow that big long south terrace and north terrace. They're at least a half a block long, almost a half a block long, and you go back and forth at least 10 to 12 times. So I get my walking in, and but it had to be done because the grass was, well, there are a lot of dandelions. We planted new grass, and that didn't have any dandelions in it, but out in the backyard, dandelions. All right. I don't think this is completely hidden in there, but that's okay if it doesn't get completely dark. And, no. Well, and I like to get this lid closed very tight because I set it down on the floor, and I think this is going to be pretty. It looks like those little white areas are resisting the ink. So this might turn out to be a nice piece. All right. Onward. Let me put it down here where I don't walk. All right. Let's see what's going on. Roy, duty or chores comment. I sent you a picture on Messenger, Arlene says. Arlene says, I use Siberian iris to dye paper and fabric a couple years ago. It produced a soft gray. I'm going to see if I can't smash some of the, first of all, I don't know if our iris are going to bloom this year. I've been watching for them. Some years they don't bloom. So I'm just because I want them to bloom this year, they won't. I think I planted some bulb plants out in the west. They're growing. I did see a bud on a couple of them, so I might get some out of them. I should take you out there and show you our peonies are probably about 2 feet high now, which is nice. Let me get this peeled off here. I'm waiting for an auction haul from Wendy, the papered rooster. I bought 2 little jars of findings, or 2 little bags or jars. I thought I'd put them in here. But I also, yesterday while I was cleaning around things, let me get over here and get it. Where did I put it? I thought I got it out here. Hold on. I know I did. What do I do with stuff? I had a box. Well, I'm not going to spend all day hunting for it. All morning. I had a box of had little findings in it that I was going to put in these jars, but let's move on. Let's move on. K3N Cloth Tales does Wonky Wednesdays, and she's doing log cabin quilts, and she did a color chart one from the primary to the secondary colors, and it's just she does a hexagon, and then out of the hexagon she does this little triangular piece, and but you have to have fabrics in reds, yellows, and blues, and I'm always looking. Hold on. Oh, doggone it. Craft-a-lanch. Why is it whenever I want something I can't find it? I know I kept it out specifically. Well, I guess I'll move on. I guess I'm not awake this morning. You know what I did with that box of stuff? I know I kept it out. Here it is. Books fell on it. Of course, the magazines. Here we go. Here we go. This is what I wanted. And what I have in here are some bits and pieces and some fabric stuff. Then I want to kind of sort out these fabrics by color now, I think. But what I'm getting out here are bits and pieces is what I want. And I'll put the fabrics back in. Some more of those spoon things that I got at Hobby Lobby. And buttons. And I think the rest is fabric and paper. I'll put these back in here for now. I am becoming a fabriholic just for slow stitch. It's going to take me 10 years just to use up what I have, and I'm always buying more. Okay, these are buttons, and I think I'll just dump them in here for now. I might dump them. I've got a button box, and this one, the cork seems to stay on pretty good, so I'm wary about putting buttons in here because if I tip them, I'll have buttons to pick up. But they're kind of cute just for decorative. Come on, get in there. Oh, I filled it to the brim. And the cork stays on pretty good there. They're mostly blacks and whites, plastic. So, and then in this one, I've got these little things. It says Meri Art, so, well, it's Alt, A-L-T. She called me Meri, Keisha would call me Meri Alt because she would think about altered stuff. And then as we went along, she called me Meri Art. But I don't know if you can see that or not. They're like little, they're almost like little lilies in a way, little brass pieces. And I paid $2.50 for those. I'm just gonna put them in here as findings, you know, and I dump this stuff out when I'm working on stuff, when I want to find something. I generally get a paper out and dump everything on it. Then I want to get these out of the bags, off of the labels. I tend to use them more if I can find them. Most of the time I have trouble finding things. Yeah. So these I got it at Hobby Lobby for, what were they, 49 cents? No, $1.20. No, these were $1.24. I don't know what, I forget what the bottles were. Less than $1. Now these I didn't buy this time. I bought them one other time. They've been sitting in that box. But if I get them out and keep them around here, maybe I'll actually use them on something. This one's being stubborn. And I don't think I'll keep the tag around. These make nice little tags, but I get so many of them. And I never get to doing. Then I got a whole bunch of stuff in here. See, I put them in bags and then I can't see them anymore. These I got off a Ranger. These I'm going to keep out. Might use these this morning. This is the top of a earbud case. My phone doesn't take earbuds anymore. This is a spider and a ghost. Halloween. Little buttons and brads. Rose. Whale. A little cardboard piece. This looks like I stamped into Play-Doh, I think, here. I need to get out my wax seals and work on that stuff again. Just little findings. Sequins. That's just a piece of fabric. Got tape on my finger. And This is a, looks like a hoop earring. This is, looks like some washi tape that was sent to me. Sewing machines. A little piece. Little findings. Take this out. Looks like a hoop earring with beads on it. So there's that, and I'm just going to tuck this and this back in the bag, and I'll put it in that box and fill it up again. A couple other little empty bags here. Now these, I don't know. These were like $1 items at Ranger when I have a, like I'll buy something and I'll accumulate those $5 coupons and I'll go to his dollar or 50% off sale. I'm just going to take them off of the, if I can get them off. They're kind of got glue on them. Maybe I'll just cut. Little bezels. I was going to put wax in them. And these were like, I don't know if I paid $1 or 50 cents for these. I see these quite a bit on his site on the dollar. Ranger, if you go to ranger.com, if you go to their dollar sale, they usually have a dollar sale. You can get stuff like this. These are glued on too. This one looks like a tie. I'm just going to put them like this in there. I'm not going to take them off of the... These are those Susan Lennart pieces. And you alter them. I've almost filled that one up. And this bottle, the cork keeps coming off. I'll just kind of keep those out. Put a little ribbon or something on there. Maybe cut a little piece. Let's see. These I'm going to toss. Whew, it's getting warm in here. Ouch. What was that? I guess I just... The edge of that paper, I'm going to toss those. And these spare parts, I might use these today. We'll see how far I get with my exploring here. Okay, I was talking about Susan, not Susan, K3N, Catherine at Cloth Tales, K3N Cloth Tales, and she's doing that color chart log cabin. She does it on about a 4x4 piece. So I've been sorting out fabrics here, and I thought I'd strip some down. I don't need all of this, but I got it out because of the colors. So let me turn it over. Well, that's blues and greens. So I want to get to the yellows. See, she had 3 of each color. So here are my yellows, and I have an extra one that may or may not be used. So there's my yellows. And here are the reds. I've got more than 3. She had a black center piece and black triangles. So I kind of want to cut these down. Looks like I got an old receipt. We'll toss that. These are my blues. I love this fabric. I'm glad I found more of it, this star fabric. So red and yellow make orange. And this is more of a gold than an orange, but it might be a good between red and yellow. And I got a little bit of orange in there that will work for a strip. And this again is more of a gold, but it's got kind of got an orangey tone to it. and this will work, and this will work for the oranges. So red and yellow make orange. My purple I struggled with. I only found two. I found this purple strip here. Do I need to zoom out? And then there's a little bit of a lavender purple over here. And I'm hoping that I can go to my teddy bear and find the purple. And blue and yellow make green. So here are my blues. This is blue, 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 and blue. So blue and yellow make, and these are my greens that I found. This one, and then there's some green in here, right in here. So blue and yellow make green, red and yellow make orange. This is green too. Whoops, green. Red, blue and yellow make green. This is just an extra, and these are blues. So my purples right here between red and blue, and I already lost one. Where did he go off to? So there's what I found for them, and I want to strip some pieces off here is why I'm getting them out. And then I'll put the big pieces away. But I want to look in my teddy bear. Let me zoom out. Kind of a nice picture there. Let me get my camera. I might use that for a thumbnail. Get my other phone and take a picture. Camera. Come on. Let me take a picture of this. Might work for a good thumbnail here. Let's move this one down a little. So I was going to zoom out a little so you could see this a little better. Hi, Chris. I saw you have some exciting news. I saw a post. Was it on Instagram? You haven't announced it yet? Did she come in? Dixie's here. Roy's here. Kitty Jen. Hi, Jen. They're talking about getting old, Roy and Arlene. Did I see Chris in here? I thought I saw Chris. I see Dixie, Becky. Let me refresh my chat on my phone here. There she is. Hi, Marguerite. Good morning, Marguerite. Chris says, hi, everyone. I got to run to work, and after class, it bopped away on me. After class, what's going to happen after class? I have to pick up Dad to have my birthday breakfast. Happy birthday, Chris. Is today your birthday? Is today your birthday? She's going to have a happy birthday. Jen is here. I think she had to run. She's got to go to work. Let's see. Arlene says, I'm anti-packaging. Almost everything gets removed from its packaging as soon as I get it. Sylvia in here. Hi, Sylvia. Thank you, Arlene. Arlene posted a link to K3N's. Let me pin that, because that's what I'm working on right now. This is her Wonky Wednesday. I think this is her color chart log cabin. That's what I'm going to work on. I don't know how much I'll get done because we have to run off to the foot doctor today. Joyce is here. Roy is here. Becky here. Arlene says, Becky, there's a field next to me that is a sea of dandelions. Dandelions are the bees' first food. Really? Well, They'll have a feast at our backyard, I'll tell you. Our front yard isn't too bad, and the side yards aren't too bad. But our backyard, full of dandelions. Arlene says dandelions are not weeds. Roy says, Mary, spring chores take so much longer as I've gotten older. I've so little time for YouTube and crafting. I need a staff to help me. Well, my brother asked me this year. He said, are you going to be able to handle the yard? He asked me, so he's noticing that I'm kind of slowing down, but I like to get the exercise. And look, I got some pieces that I can put in here, some more cell pieces. See how that popped off, how easy that popped off? Let's take these little metal pieces off. I'll leave that hanger on it. Throw that away. I'm looking for purples and I don't know if I'll find, well, that's kind of a purple. I'm looking for purples. Blue denim. I got blues and reds. I don't think I buy much purple. Oh, I don't have room for it. I'll probably throw my other back in here and not find anything. See, this is what I make all the, that's a napkin. This is what I make all those pieces that I'm stitching. I don't have those out, but I certainly don't see any purples. That's kind of a gray. I suppose it could work for purple. I don't know if I like it. It's fun to get this out and touch it, though. Greens and reds. And that's, yeah, I think I made a mess here. Is that purple? That's purple. That'll work. We'll save that piece out. Here's a purple piece. I'm finding purples. Yay! Greens. Or I found a couple of them. Browns. I have 2 teddy bears. That's a little, that's more of a silvery. I have to be careful that I don't throw these 2 away. Let's put these up here. Not throw them away, put them away. Let's get all this off. Put it back in the jar. Purples. I got blues. I got plenty of blues. These will all work on those pieces that I'm stitching by hand. And I've been so busy lately, I haven't had much time to, that's kind of a light. I don't know if that one will work. I haven't had much time to do anything. Running around for my brother this week. Tell him that. He's a pretty good brother. All right. I think I got it all. Well, we got another jar. I'm going to see if I have any more purples. Becky says, I would sort the warm from the cool colors and have warm in one bear and cool in the other. That's a good idea, Becky. I should do that. I'm lucky to have, I've got some more bears. This is the first bear. He's stuffed full. He's got a lot of laces in him. And I could have warm, cool, and neutrals, because I do have a lot of neutrals. I'm just looking for some purples in here. Blacks, browns. I'm lucky to get them in the bear, to tell you the truth. I'm lucky I don't see anything in that stack. And I think the bottom, I don't even know if I'm going to pull it out, because the bottom is mostly lace. We'll do one more handful here, but I don't think I'm going to find anything in here. It's kind of fun to get it out, and so I can always make some purple. You know, for one of my background pieces in my journal was one of the, was it the solar? I don't know if it was the solar eclipse one. One of them, I didn't have the fabric at hand, and I just took one of some of those distress markers from, not markers, they're distress watercolor pencils, I guess. And I scribbled it all on a piece of fabric and spritzed it with water, and it did a good job. Put the lid back. I got some more teddy bears out in the kitchen that I need to bring in, and like Becky said, kind of sort the colors. All right, let's pop this cork back on. All right, whoops, you can see I have leftovers here. All right, so let's start just cutting some strips here. And they aren't going to be too big of strips, because it's only a 4x4 piece. So I don't want to use those scissors. Let's use these. I imagine her pieces are probably about 3/4 inch. They're not very tall. And she has all this stuff ready when she, of course, you know, she's ready to go. But we have to hunt it. Well, she hunts it all out, but she doesn't do like I do and hunt it out in front of you and get it prepared in front of you. So I might make one a little bigger, because when you tear it, it gets a little thinner. Let's make one about 1 inch. Let's make one a little larger, because I can always cut or tear. And I never get it quite. And you know, when you tear, it kind of curls up the fabric. And then you have to kind of spread it out. So that'll work for a red, but that's kind of a deep red. And I'll fold this back up and save it for another day. I think it goes like that. Looks like this was a fat quarter piece. Well, it doesn't have to be folded exactly the way they had it. So there's a red, that'll go back in the bin. And here's a red. This is an older piece that I had. It's cotton, but it feels a little heavier. And of course, it's probably not, it's probably might be polyester. Oh, it tore the other way. All right, well, we'll tear it this way and cut it down when I need it. I don't need much of it. Red, and red polka dot here. And this piece is already torn. And let's see what I have here. I think I'll just leave this out like that, and I'll tear it as I need it. And it's a scrap. And we'll just cut a piece off of this. This is kind of pretty fabric. It's kind of a red floral. Now, I'm not a quilter, and she folded hers. I don't think I'm going to fold mine. She said you could do it either way. You could either fold when you do the log cabin, you know, when you do the strips, you can either leave them raw, like this. We'll say that's a thinner strip. You could either leave them raw. I kind of like the raw stuff, or you could stitch the right sides together like that and make a fold, a neat fold. And she did the neat fold. And I think she did running stitches. I think she did running stitches on top. She got me started on these running stitches. I like them. I love the movement. I love the movement that you can get with the running stitches. All right, so I think I got enough reds to do my log cabin quilt here. And I might save this thin one to tie. Well, I don't know which is the thin and the thick. This red is kind of dark. Put it like that. Maybe I'll fold this one up too. Kind of, because there's my reds. The black I'm going to cut my hexagon from, my little hexie. And then when you get toward the end, in the corners, she has corners, like triangular corners. So I'm not going to do anything with that piece right now. Put it on the bottom. This, I'm going to have to double if I use it because it's thin. But I like this. So I might just cut right here. And if I use it, and I probably will, I will double it because it's got a pretty orange cast to it. And this I'll just put away. I'll use this another day. So there's an orange. Orange is sweet. And this is a kind of a goldy orange. Well, it's gold on that side, but I think in here I can get some orange tones out of this, kind of a gold. But I think it can go for the orange too, because I don't buy much orange and purple. And this has orange squares here. I can get away with that. That's nothing. But right in here, I think I can use this strip. And this is just a wood piece. We'll put that with the putaways. And then this is, again, kind of gold. I think that'll go, well, it might go with the oranges. Oranges are hard for me. And this is kind of a rusty color. But it could go for the orange, I think. And it looks like I cut it on the bias here. But I think if I... what did I do? It's opening up here like this. I think I can strip it here. It's more of a dark gold than an orange, but I think I might get away with it in a log cabin quilt for orange piece. We'll put those in there. We'll save this piece for another day. Now we're into the yellows, and I have this. It's was wine label. No, I don't need much. I don't need a whole lot. And so we're going to use that one. And she did three different ones. So this obviously looks like Walmart or Hobby Lobby label. Little bees. I'm sure I bought them because of the bees. And I'm cutting them fairly wide. If I need them smaller, and I will, I can tear them down or cut them down. Probably cut them down, because tearing after you get this small of a strip. So there's yellows. I don't do much color wheel stuff. I probably should, but I don't. And this, I got it probably the thrift store someplace. I think this was a tablecloth. And looks like I've whacked into it before. Here. Let's just take a piece off of here. And I don't know which way this is going to tear for me. I'm hoping, yeah. There we go. That should be plenty for yellow. Of course, when you tear, you bunch up your fabric. So there's my yellows. So I've got red, orange, and yellow. Now I'm into the greens. And I thought I would take a piece of this. I saw this at Hobby Lobby again when I was up there. I just about bought some more of it. These have birds on there, but I think I can grab some greens in here. But even if I get the bird on there, it isn't going to hurt it. I'm just going to snip it off. So I think I can get some greens out of here. I don't need too much. If I need more, I can always come back. Oh, I really messed that up, didn't I? This is pretty fabric. This is not new. I've had it for a couple years, I think. And this is a green. Obviously another fat quarter. Or 9 inches, maybe. And let's see. It's got all that floral in there, but I think I can rub some in here. It looks like I got a strip going over here. You don't need much. You just need, the wider you get, the longer piece you need. So I might have to be coming back to these if I need a longer piece. Here's a green, so I've got 2 greens now. And there's this. I really like this. I thought maybe I used it all, but I found a bunch more. I really like this. It's nice and springy. That's the fold. Looks like I've already torn off of this. This could go on the outside really nice. It's pretty thin. There go my scissors. Come on. Yeah, hold on. I knocked them down on the floor. Where did they go? Under the chair. Yeah. And what I don't use, I can throw in my scrap bag. I'm doing this because I might need a longer piece toward the outside of each color. And I'm not folding that up nice at all. That'll go back in the bag. And then I thought I might be able to get a green off of here. And I'm hoping there's one right at the start. That's a fold. Yeah, I think I can also get a blue here. Blue and green and gold and red. Let's tear the blues and the greens off. And I can always come back if I need more. Cut it there. So there's a, depending on which side I use, there's a blue and a green. Fold this back up. I don't know where I got this piece. I really don't buy much like this. Probably picked it up at the thrift store. If I buy fabric, it'll be like that ticking or like that map fabric, the birds, that's the type of things that I buy. All right, we're into the blues. That's just a piece that fell out of the teddy bear. So this looks black, but it's really a navy blue. It's a very pretty piece. This looks like I've already whacked away at this. This looks like I was going to use it for a lining for a bag, but I think I have used something else. It's no longer a lining for a bag if if that's what I intended. Well, I've got plenty of stuff I can use. So there are those. And then I have some of this, which reminds me of the Prairie Woman Girl Walmart stuff. And it looks like I've whacked away at this here too. So let's just see if I can't even it out a little. And fold this back up. Another piece here that fell out of the teddy bear. Then I've got this blue. I'm not going to tear at it. This I got at the thrift store. Remember, I buy so much of this. It's got the cotton batting on it. I'll tear this when I need it, if I need it. And then I like this star. This is another dark blue. I'm just going to cut it here. I don't know if this will tear. This is awful pretty. I like it. Oh yeah, it tore nice. We'll just use those two. And I'm going to save this piece. And we're going to get some light blue here. And this I obviously got at the thrift store for 50 cents. It's a cotton. That's where I get most of my fabric, is at that thrift store that I go to, that St. Joseph. I like that thrift store because it's nice and clean, but I do have a problem with their taping the fabric. As Becky says. And, you know, on cottons here, it leaves kind of a residue, but when you have it on, when they tape that satin fabric, it pulls the sheen off of it. But since I use it in my craft, you can kind of feel that residue on there. But I use mine in my craft area, so so be it. And this has been cut into here, but that's okay because I'm just going to use it for scrappy anyway, for log cabin stuff. Thread on here. Hold on. Whoops, there goes my phone. Good thing I had a padding below it. I think I'm tearing 2 pieces at once here. Let's cut it. I think there's 2 pieces on there, which is enough. So let's fold this back up. I think this was already cut into here. Somebody made something out of it. But I don't buy this stuff to make clothes or anything. So here's what I'm going to use. And my purples up here, my poor purples. I think I got enough purple though. I don't know. I'm going to have to use one of them as the wide piece, and that might be that one. So let me put these over here for a minute and put these back in the bag. And this will be my color chart bag, I guess. You should have seen when I take all my, because my brother, when he goes to the VA, he's there all day. Because he makes all his appointments in one day. His ear and nose and, not nose, ears and eyes and everything that he had feet. He had to see the doctor. And everything in one day. So I take stuff with me to do because I get bored. So all my fabrics I have in this nice carrying bag out behind my chair, behind my recliner. And I took all that stuff out of the bag behind my recliner because I wanted the bag. All right, now I have an empty bag here that I can put this stuff in. And this is the size. This is the rose I did, not this piece. That goes in the teddy bear. This is my poor rose. My poor flower. He's kind of not really the best, but there he is. And then this is the paper. And I got to get caught up with her log cabin stuff. I do it when I can. But she used both paper and fabric. And that's what got me started on these. Because I use strips of paper in here. I've got some photographs. Some ladies and a gentleman. And so this one I really like. But this is the size. And it's 4.5 inch square. And I need to do a book for this. For these. And, you know, it's going to be the same type of thing. I'm not going to bind it till I can call myself done with it. So what I want to do is out of this piece, I believe, this was the piece I chose. Either this white or this. This would be nice to stitch on, I think. That I think I'll go with the white because I'm not sure about this. So that goes back down with my fabrics. I'm just going to cut me a square, 4.5 inch for the base of this. Or tear, cutter's tear. 1, 2, 3, 4. Maybe I'll make a 5 inch square. That would leave me, what, 1/4 inch on each side, a 1/2 inch on each side, and then I can cut it down. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which is right about here anyway. So let's tear it on this crease. Doesn't have to be an exact And that leaves me this for maybe the next one. Maybe I'll keep it with these pieces. Oh, I might cut it down as I'm working because I want these to be similar. And I'm just gonna guess cut here. It doesn't have to be perfect. It's just backing. All right. So these, I think I'm going to keep with this. And I'll have to get me a little box. I've got a little box over there. Me a little box to keep this stuff in. So, of course, I'm not completely square, am I? Well, I think I'm more square there than over here. Doesn't have to be perfect. I want to get out my black now. My hexie is going to be a guessy. It's not going to be perfect. But since she tolerates wonky so good, I'm going to cut this star sprinkle wording off. Grab the other scissors. Put those back so I don't grab them again. This says star sprinkle. I like those words. I'm going to keep that out. So I'm just going to cut a little piece out of here. Doesn't have to be big. And I think she said her pieces were 1/4 of an inch or 3/4 of an inch. Her little hexie sides were 3/4 of an inch. So I think to get 3/4, I need 1 1/4 inches. So let's see if I can do this by eyeballing. And I'm not going to fold mine under. I'm going to tear it if I can. I'm not going to fold mine under. And I didn't bring pins out. I got Penelope here, but all right. So to get 3/4 of an inch on each side, I need a white pin. I don't know if this will work or not. Obviously not. Never works. The pencil is dark enough. 3/4 of an inch. I'm guessing here. because I'm going to angle it in. So if I cut here and here and here and here, that'll leave me 1, 2, that'll leave me 4. 1, 2. I need to get my little hexy pattern out. Let me look here. I may be off. Hold on, let me get my phone. Fell on the floor. Let's look up a hexagon here. I gotta get my head straight on this. Oops, there's me. Hexy, hexy, hexy. I think I was going more for four-sided. Let's do images. So I'm angling it wrong. So I want 3/4 there, and I need to come 1/2 and 1/2. I need to come 3/4 down. Let me cut it out of paper first. Put these off to the side. I might have messed this one up. I'll get a piece of paper. Yeah, Mary's going to try to do a hexagon. We're going to watch. Yeah, I got some of this. Come on, come out. Come on, come on. I don't want it all. I just want the bottom. That isn't what I wanted. I want some of that paper sack stuff. All right. I got to think this out. 3/4 of an inch. And I'm just going to draw it 3/4 with a pen that doesn't work. From here to here. And well, there was one right at the top. Where did it go? And we'll take this one. And we want 3/4 of an inch. Let me cut this out. I know there are ways to do this. All right. I should do that right straight up to here on one of these. Let me square this off. Hold on. I got crooked. If I start crooked, I'll be crooked always. All right, that's sort of a square. And I want 3/4 of an inch. I'm going to draw it. Mary's playing here. Well, there are my paper towels. Hold on, I had a trimmer fell. All right. We also want 3/4 of an inch here. So let me draw from here to here to here. Here to here makes, no, we want 3/4 of an inch from here to here. That's going to be pretty big though. But we're going to try it. 3/4 of an inch from there to there. 3/4 of an inch from here to here. 3/4 of an inch here. 3/4 of an inch. I'm not sure I'm doing this right. To here. 3/4 of an inch to here. That's too big, but I got the idea. That's more than 3/4 of an inch. That's an inch. Hold on, I didn't get 3/4 of an inch. This one's 3/4. No, that's an inch. No wonder it looks so big, it goes to there. All right, 3/4 of an inch. That's an inch. But that's an inch. Oh, I have to cut there. All right. So from that's 3/4, so I have to cut this way. 3/4 comes right about into there. Is that right? About 3/4. It might be a little big. I'm just guesstimating here. Here and here. All right, then I want to go this way. 3/4 of an inch. 1, 2, 3. Down in here. Cut this off. Three-fourths. I might cut this a little, trim that just a little bit more. Which one was it? 3/4. 3/4. Has to go this way. And has to come this way. Let me cut this off a little more so I can see where I'm going. Let's see, I've come down to this point. No, this isn't working. I have to come down this way. Because this is my three-fourths. This is my center point. So over to here. Oh, I know I can print it off. I want to work it out. And this is a center point, so it needs to come down this way and down this way. So right about on this line, if I have it straight, right about here. So it comes like that. And three-fourths. It comes all down on this right in here. So let me trim this off and this off just to get there. So right about in here. And between those two lines, and I'm not trying to be super perfect here. I just want sort of a semblance of a 3/4 inch hexie. Like that. Like that. Like that. Might be a little off here. That's an inch. That's 3/4. I was going 3/4 that way. This is too long in here. That's an inch. We need to bring this one down a little. Three-fourths is right there. So I have to come more like that. And this one looks a little long. It's not straight either. I suppose I'd be better if I just print them off, but I like to do this because I learned right in there. Oh, he looks horrible. 3/4. It's a hexie, but it's not. It's too tall. Too much in there. What did I do wrong? From there to that's 3/4. That's 3/4. That's 3/4. That's really 3/4. I don't know what I did wrong here. From here to here. don't know if it's getting any better. This side is awfully long. Oh, what I've done wrong here. I'm going to eyeball it. I'm going to eyeball it because I may end up with nothing here. Let me get my fabric out, or a piece of paper. Where's my fabric? Where's my fabric piece? Cut it out and then lost it. Needs to be pressed. That's it. I'll press it before I use it. It's a wonky hexie. It's a wonky hexie. But it's not too bad. It's not too bad. Let's fold it like this. And it may be smaller than 3/4 inch. And I'm going to cut. Got a thread hanging off my scissors. Probably should have done that in the first place. That's better. Not perfect, but better. All right. I'm gonna be at this until I get it. Is this still 3/4 inch? Not quite. This, now I've cut it down so much. This side is. I know you're all yelling at me how to do this, but I need to do it on my own. All right, now I'm just going to cut a straight lines here. Hopefully. Two inches to 2.5. It's good enough. That comes out to this point and this point. What I do with my rulers. This point. And this point. So those are only 1/2 of an inch, but we're going to leave it that way. That might be a little crooked. No, I think this line just didn't go down far enough. Now I'm going to try to fold it here on this line. Let's see what I get once I find my scissors. And I don't care if it's not perfect. I just want it to look halfway decent. There. That looks better. That looks better. I'm going to use that. Get all these measuring there. You have to figure it out mathematically, and I'm not going to fool with that. Because I'm not good at that. All right. Let's go back to this. And this. Will that fit on there? My star sprinkle. And where do I want to put it? Right in there. Right in here. Penelope. I had to laugh. I had to laugh as I was watching K3N because she said, I won't even keep little scraps like that. But I thought about Janet Nash and her fairy dust. I thought of Janet Nash. I got a little package of scrappies like that for her fairy dust. Her fairy dust fabric. All right, let's see what I have here. Halfway decent. This one might be a little wonky in there. A little, I didn't get it quite cut. I need smaller scissors to, but we'll seam across there anyway. And I am not going to bother with trying to fold this stuff under. This is still just, it bothers me right in here. And she says you need 60-degree triangles to start out with. And really, I need to work on a bigger piece when I do this, because working small when you're inexperienced, it's hard enough when you're experienced. But she cuts these little 60-degree equilateral triangles out of the 3 primary colors. Then she puts them on every other one. And I'm not going to do that here because it'll take too much. I'm going to save these because I might need them. But she starts out with these 60-degree triangles, and then she starts with all of this. So these pieces, these are my purples. My blue, I think I'll start with the darker colors. So a 60-degree triangle is just going to be a little piece in here. Just like that. And I probably won't use that one. I'll probably use this one. And what she does is she puts it like this, and I think she just cuts it. She hems it down is what she does. She hems it like that and folds it up. But that's too small for me to hem. I'm just going to stitch mine. That might be too dark. I might go to a one I can see a little bit more of the color on. So I got to do the blues, which are here, and the reds. Get those out, the reds and the yellows for the 60-degree triangles to start out with. Oops. My reds out. My reds, and what happened to my yellows? They disappeared. That's a green. What happened to the yellows? Ah! Well, I got my purples. My yellows and greens are missing. How do they do that in this little space of... I just don't get it. Here's my black fabric. I don't get it. These were browns. These aren't anything to do with this, although that red could go in there. Oh, it's too silky. What happened to... Oh, did they fall over here? No, that's my Nancy Drew doll. Well, I'm gonna put them in the bag here, and I'll find them after. Those are blues. These are purples. These are reds. These are here. They're under here. They're here. I just didn't see them. So yellows. One more yellow here someplace. Greens. Green is between blue and yellow. There's my other yellow. Orange. Blues. These are the secondary colors here. Let me grab the purple. These are secondaries. We're going to put these in the bag. This is how Meri sorts her stuff out, sorts her head out. And I honestly think I'll put my secondaries in here, along with this guy. And I'm going to choose reds, yellows, and blues for the equilateral triangles, but I'm not going to do it here, because I'm done. I'm ready to move on. And I'm going to keep these in the bag too, these squares. I got some more log cabin quilt stuff I need to do, but I'm learning. I'm just learning. Put my whites in the bag. I'll put them on the other side. So this will be my log cabin quilt bag. And a little piece of black. Gotta go out in the other room. Let's move on, Meri. I'm ready to move on. I'll come out and look at chat. I got all these little pieces that have been thrown over here. Is that all of them? I think so. What I was doing with this. These are going to go in here for now. And we're moving on. Let me come out and look at chat. Let me put this one on this side. Let me come out and look at chat. Probably bored you guys silly stiff trying to figure out my hexagon. Let me refresh chat. Brenda says, Grandma had a quart jar on her sewing table for her tiny scraps. She called them dog ears. I'll bet when my aunts cleaned out our house, they threw it away. Yeah, I'm thinking a lot of my stuff is going to get thrown away. If they give it to Goodwill, I'm okay. If they burn it, that's another story. If they burn it, that's another story. I don't mind if they give stuff away. I don't know, these corks. I'm questioning these. I better put them in a safe place so they won't tip over. Arlene, Brenda says, I can't draw a straight line without a ruler. And then chances are it's going to be a little wonky because I let it slip. But what I do now, nothing needs to be perfect. Yeah. Well, that's kind of like with me. I had to figure that hexie out. It took me a minute. I had to review what a hexie looked like because my first tendency was just to snip off some out of each corner. That would have not been a hexie. That would have been four-sided. Quadrilateral, I guess they call it. Quad. I had to get a drink of water. Mina says, and you don't have a printer. You can always buy plastic templates. Yeah, I know. Ruth said it looked perfect. Oh, it's a 30-degree angle, Ruth says. Arlene says, I ain't yelling how to do it because I wouldn't do it. I would print out one and use it as a template. Well, that's what I did when I did the stories one. I don't have my slow stitch out here, but I did print off templates when I did the English paper piecing. You know, and a hexie, if you just look like this, that's almost a hexie, isn't it? Ruth said, I know she can't hear me. Yeah, Ruth is a quilter, so Ruth has all this stuff down. She knows all this. Let's see. Jen says, yeah, I know he does, Mina. I've been gone for a few hours on Tuesdays and Wednesdays doing errands, and I got to go somewhere today and tomorrow, so the poor cat will probably get tired of me being gone. Aw. Oh, Ruth says, Mary, you have to start with a circle. I create a hexie. I don't know the math for 3/4, but you need a large point hexagons across the middle for the size of the circle. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, I don't do this stuff enough to know what I'm doing. But I ended up with something that looks usable. Jen says, my cat's, he's too funny. He thinks he needs to sit on me every time I go to lay down, like he doesn't want me to go anywhere. Mina says, some fabrics are magic, maybe because of their pattern or their color or their texture. Here's where Belinda came in. Hi, Belinda Smith, if you're out there. Hi. Arlene and Mina said hi. Belinda said hi to them. I don't know you, Belinda, but welcome in if you stuck around. When I'm in the middle of something, I don't notice people coming in. So if I don't notice you, it's not that I'm ignoring you. It's just that I'm so focused on trying to figure out how to do something that. Arlene says she likes plaid. Jen said that she liked that birdhouse fabric. Tina was here. I miss saying hello to Tina. Mina says, why does my autocorrect always insert a Z? I even close it to a T so it isn't a typo. I don't know, Arlene, that autocorrect messes me up all the time. And you know, I can hardly type one sentence that I don't have to correct 3 words out of the autocorrect. Dark came in here. Tina was here. I don't know if they're still here, but if they're out there listening, hello. Legia was here. And I can't go up any further. Somebody's saying hi to everybody. I think Tina said hello to everybody. So welcome in. Thank you guys for putting up with me. So I'm going to move on to something else. I purchased these a while ago, and I have never opened them. These are inks with a glass pen. And I thought I would play a little with these this morning. It's 8. I'm off of here by 9, so we'll have a little bit of time to play with these. I've never used a glass pen, so this might be fun to experiment with. I also got some from Crayspire, but I'm saving that for a Crayspire video. I don't even know if it's been a long time, and I owe them a video, and I never got it done, and they have not reprimanded me on it. They just quit talking to me. But it's all out there in one package, and I need to get it out and get it done. So, ooh, look, it's got a nice foam in here. I wonder if this is to smooth off, or it's probably to keep the ink from bottles from breaking. And it's got a little jar here. Oh, this is all foam? I guess to keep things, oh, it's got a little place where you can dip stuff. Look at this foam. And here's the pen. It's got a pen. Got two pens. And it looks like they have the colors here. On some of them. And it's all written in Japanese or Oriental. I can't read it. This looks like it might be an orange or a bronze color. This is just to play. I think I'll use this. This one looks larger. Let's put this one back for now. And let's pull out one bottle. I think I'll pull out either the blues or the greens. This says a tint. There's no color marking on some of these. There is on this. This looks like a blue. Let's pull this out and see what happens. And what's this? It looks like a pen rest. All right. No instructions to tell you what to do. Dip the glass pen gently to fill the thread with ink. Tilt the pen slightly and rotate so that the ink is evenly distributed. Flush with water after using. Product name 18 Pieces of Sweetheart. Authorization is AXEARTE. The manufacturer is Funing, Funing, Shangyin. I can't pronounce it. CHANGXIN Crafts Company. Glass Industrial Park, Yanqing City, Jiangsu Province. So I'm guessing that's China. Not for children under 6 years old. All right, well, we're just going to, and I might put a piece of paper down so that you guys can see. And let's see if I have any scratchy paper out. This is, let me just reach up and get some just plain white copy paper. And we'll see. Have you guys ever used a glass pen? Let me get some white papers out. I finally got a big ream of white paper. My brother likes to keep it on the top shelf over here on this computer desk, but boy, I filled up the shelf. So here's the pen rest. I think this is for water to kind of clean your pen with. And I have some towels here in case I need them. I'll get two out. Penelope, I'm going to put you out of the way because I might get sloppy. And maybe center this a little more for you guys. It's off center for me, but that's okay. Oh, Penelope says, I'll be your model, Mary. You can draw me. Well, you're going to get drawn in blue. And I think this is for water. I'm going to squirt a little water in there just in case I need it. I don't know. Because I think you dip your pen in the ink bottle itself the way the instructions read. Let's read them again. Dip the glass pen gently. See, they're using the bottle there. to fill the thread with ink. Tilt the pen slightly and rotate so that the ink is evenly distributed. Flush with water after using. So here's the ink. Don't spill it. Oh, it's got a little cork on it. That's got a better cork than my cork bottles that I got at Hobby Lobby. It's got a nice little stopper on it. That's good. That's nice. I like that because I tend to... All right. Are you guys seeing? Do I need to zoom in or change view or anything? Let me refresh my chat. I'm still on chat filter. Top messages, chat filter. All messages. Oh, Teresa says she has a glass pen. You can even use them with watercolor. Really? Be careful, the ink is usually permanent and stays on the skin a day or two. Thank you, Teresa. I'll watch for that. Mina says, hi, Teresa. I think the Sprinkle Star fabric is awesome. Yeah, that black with... Brenda said, my daughter gave me a glass pen because it was pretty. It lives in the china cabinet. It is. These are pretty, aren't they? The glass pens. This one seems to have kind of like a black and stripes center in there. I don't know if you guys can see it. Let me hold it up closer without spilling the ink. Can you see that kind of black and striped in there? That's kind of pretty. This is the smaller of the two, the smaller point. Nina says, hi, Teresa. Good morning, Teresa. Belinda's still here. Teresa says, bye, Arlene. Arlene probably has to go do some adult things. She says, let's go up. What did she say? I love my tiny scraps. They add texture or a pop of color to an ATC or cluster. She's got to go she's got to go. She says, have a blessed day. All right. So dip it slightly in there. How slightly is slightly? And then twirl it. I may not have dipped enough in there, but we'll see. I think I need more. There. Oh, this is a pretty blue. It's awfully light, though. You guys aren't going to be able to see it. Let's get a darker color. I think this is to wash your ink out with. Let's see if I can't get a darker color. I do like that they put a nice... I am so clumsy. I spilled half of it. I was saying, I don't know, can I drip some of that back in there? I was saying I love that they put a nice stopper on it. Let's see if I can funnel some of this back in. it funneled out the other way. I can't see what I'm doing. That's the problem. Well, let's just make some paper here. Oh, it stays on your skin for a couple days. You gotta expect to mess with Meri. I'm trying to get it off of the bottom. I had the right idea, but it came out the wrong end. Well, that's a pretty blue. Let's sop it up. Yeah, I'll have blue hands. Oh, didn't get on Penelope though. We'll use the paper. I'll use the paper for journal pages to write on. It won't go to waste. Nothing goes to waste in my world. I could get out my new dryer and see how that works. Let's see if I've got blue hands now. After Teresa said, it'll stay on your hands for days, Meri. I guess she was right. What do you have all over you, lady? You're turning blue. Are you dying? No, I just spilled my ink right in front of the world. Right in front of the world. I'm going to put this over with my walnut ink stuff and just let it air dry. And let's see if I can wipe up any stuff off of here. I just wanted to, the bottles are kind of small and they're hard to handle when you're clumsy. Seemed to come off of my pad pretty good, my desktop. Yeah, mess, Meri. Don't you just love it when Meri makes a mess? And under my fingernails and everything. Oh, Lord. And I have dirty fingernails. And I was going to get out a darker color is where I was heading. Get some paper towels today for in here. I think it's up pretty good. Well, I spilled a half a bottle of that. The bottles could be a little bit bigger. Now, I would be happy with a little bit bigger bottle for my big hands. Let's try it again. I got time. This is the way to experiment. I will use those papers that I spilt on, though. I will use them. I'll write on them. I'll use them for... Yuck. All right. Water. This one's going back in the box. I was being careful, but you know, I'm clumsy. I'm clumsy. This is black. Guess that's a brown color. Let's try that. I get this to try. I've never done things with glass pens. But you can use watercolor, Teresa said. Let me zoom in a little more. Well, give you a ride. All right, don't spill this one, Mary. And this little contraption is to hold your pen. But I would think the ink would all run down on it. But maybe not. Okay. So let's be careful, Mary. This time well, you can't recap it until you're done using it. Put this towel up here. No, I'll just keep it there. I do like the nice stoppers they put in here, though. Now, I was getting ready to put that stopper on it, and I just knocked it with my hand. And they are nice stoppers. They're in there pretty good. There it is. And it doesn't say you have to shake it or anything to stir it up. Oh, it's a pretty color. So dip your pen in there and twirl it. That out of my way. Oh, this is nice. I'm liking this. All right, so that was just some scribbles. Let's draw Penelope here. I don't know if you guys can see much of her. Should you put me on the stopper, Mary? Yeah, that's not going to work. You aren't going to see her until I draw her. She's going to be out of your view. And I don't know if I'm doing this right or wrong. I'm just kind of trying to do what they said. And we're going to draw Penelope here. She's got these arched eyebrows. She's got very long eyes. She's always looking off over to the side. Now this is the, maybe I'll get out that other brush. Her little nose. And I always make her lips look like a little heart. And then she's got a little heart-shaped birthmark up here. And she's got lace around her collar. Around her neck. It's almost choking her now. And you can't see it. Well, I can't see it. She's got this cameo kind of faces this way. And the head kind of is in here. And it's dark around the there's a lot of ink in here. And let's put some pens in here. Feather pens. Needles, pens. Some round ones. I think I'll dip my pen again. And twirl it. I don't find the ink, after I dip it, I don't find it dripping on my page yet. Time is it? It's 8:30. Let's give her her hat up here. And we redid her outfit here not so long ago. I'm still saying I want to slow stitch an outfit for her. She's got this mirrored trim up on her head. And it's got a feather kind of that comes, it's an embroidered feather that kind of comes around like so. And it's all embroidered. And there's mirrored trim round pieces in here that are really green. This does tend to hold a lot of ink. I'm appreciative of that. I think I'm going to like these. The only thing I don't like are the bottles are too small for my clumsy hands. Okay, this area in here is brown. Area of brown. It's got some brown behind her, like so. And then we'll make some more lace kind of come out like that. And then she's got a piece of lace that's dancing around on her. Whoops, I went over that pin. And it kind of curves and comes down like that. And it's got little scallops on it. Like that. And there's a needle sticking up over here. That's her cameo. Little lace in here. Well, I think I'm going to like these pins. Let's see, it's got this pokey tool is what this is. I got from Sharon Lombard. Boy, do I owe Sharon stuff. Do I owe Sharon stuff or what? She sends to me and doesn't get back. What kind of a deal is that? And let's see, it's got another kind of an oval piece up here. And then it's got a chain that falls down like that. And that's got a bead on it. And this is kind of a embossed bead. And the bead has a bead cap on it. I'm liking this pin. There are all sorts of pins coming out this way. Might need some more ink here. I put it way over to the side so that hopefully I won't knock it. Okay, this is that lacy piece. It kind of has a double line. And it just kind of falls off onto the floor. And it's got these little scallops. And then off of the scallops, well, on part of it, the tassel here in real life is kind of twisted, but I'm going to put the little tassels down here. Got little tassels off of the scallops. And this is a pin. Let's color that in. You can get some pretty fine lines on this. And then the tassels tend to lay flat on the desk. And then she's got some trim down here at the bottom. And this lacy piece goes around her neck. I don't know if I'm going to put it around her. She's got some more pins stuck in her over here. I'll make one long one, maybe a needle. I'm going to make another one going in beside it. Yeah. So Teresa said you could use watercolor with these pens. You'd probably have to have your watercolor all mixed. Well, obviously you would. Now, I don't have an example of anything to look at, so I'm drawing this from memory. I'm going to put a little tatted butterfly over here. And it's got two little wings coming down this way. And it's got, and these actually meet. And let's see what I didn't bring it in here, but I've been working on my tatting. We're not gonna, well, we didn't have a class yesterday, but I kind of used my yesterday time. I'm working on doing a medallion with the folded join was our most recent lesson. We've been doing these true rings. Katia's been teaching us true rings where you tat off of this thread cut off the ball, and you've got the thread through the needle here, and it loops around down this way, and you tat on the same thread. It's kind of hard to describe it without having a tatting needle in my hand, but you tat off of the same thread that you have on your needle, and it's cut off of the skein. You're not tatting off of a ball thread, and it makes a pretty tat. And she was showing us how to estimate our thread when we cut it off of the ball so that we have enough, because we did a folded join, which was kind of like a medallion. Of course, my rings are not the same size here. Sort of a medallion piece like that. And this is what I'm working on, is when you join these, by the time you get over to your last, I'm going to do 7 here. By the time you get over to this, say this is the first one that I'm working on now, is the first ring, second ring, third ring, fourth ring, fifth ring, sixth ring, and you want to join this one to this one. Well, you do that by, well, you can do it a lot of different ways, but you fold with needle tatting, you fold this in half, you close it up like that, and it's easier to do the join. The two pieces that you join are right there, and it's easy to join it in here. So that's what we're working on. And I was working on mine yesterday, and I got to this last ring here. No, I got to this one, the one before the last, and I did, my count was 3, 6, 6, and 3. I do a three double stitches of picot, 6 double stitches of picot, which would show up here. And by the time I got over to here, I forgot to do my 6. I did 3. And I left out the 6 on the other side. And I had to frog or pull out that entire true ring. And let me tell you, that was a trick. And that, I didn't get it done. I lost my S pen. I was watching Becky. I never did find my S pen. I don't know what happened to it. My S pen off of my phone. I was watching Becky, and I pulled out my recliner and I vacuumed her and I cleaned off all my books and everything, and no, it was gone. I don't know what happened to it. It's around here somewhere. But I am busy getting all my little tatting pieces ready to put in a journal. I've done all the projects now except for one, and I'm going to do it. I just haven't gotten the time. And I'm just doing some little sketches here to dress up the page. So I am enjoying sketching with this. Let's see if I can just kind of do some dark in here. I am enjoying sketching with this pen. The only thing that I'm wary of is me knocking over the bottle. Let's see. Let's draw this more like that. Fill that in. Give her a hairdo here. I think Penelope needs a flower, don't you guys think? I got a butterfly sitting over here. I didn't draw it on there, but she's got pins. She's got a flower on the back of her. But I think I'm going to call that. It is 8:45. Let's see. I'm going to put, let's see how this writes. Oh, you guys can't see. And this is for, what is today, the 25th? 2024. I am liking this. And I'll put this in my journal. Yeah. Probably need that bigger pen to do stuff like this. So I'm wondering, now I was reading the comments there and Teresa said you could use watercolor. I'm wondering if you can use like acrylic inks. I would think you can if you clean it out. So let me cork this. We'll rest my pen here. And let me cork my ink so I don't spill any more of it. I do like these corks. I wonder what made them do that. I'll bet you a lot of people spilled their ink. And you know, I did not use much to do that. Let me pull this up a little so you guys can see it more. So I think I'll leave this as my thumbnail. I was going to do that fabric, but let's see, what did let's wash out the, ooh, I had a lot of ink in there, didn't I? Look, I had a lot of ink in there. Penelope, I'm going to move you. Get it cleaned. How to clean it is another story. Let's spray some water on it. That seems to work. It holds a lot of ink. Next time I play with this, I'll get out the broader tip. Ooh, I'm going to like these. Now these are not Crayspire, but I do have some from Crayspire that I'll get those out and play with those too, but I want to do those in a separate video. So let's put my toys away. And I'll come out and look at chat and we'll call it a day. I think we're going to have storms today, rain today, and we'll be going to the foot doctor today. Where's that this little piece in here? And let me dump this. It's too pretty. It almost looks like a little drink. Put that in there. Put my pen back in here. So this will be fun to play with. Fun to experiment with this stuff. I've never used a glass pen before. So there's Penelope. Let me go down, refresh my chat, and I'll come say good morning to you. I didn't do a whole lot. I did my Hobby Lobby haul, and I sorted out all my colors. And did a hexie. Teresa says, I did a lot of research before I used mine. Go from the back, and then from the back to the front. Hi, Angie. She says, you have your ears pierced, and you are having a hard time getting a hearing. What do you do? Ooh, I would go to if it bothers you too much, I would go to an audiologist. That's what I would do. And let's move this away. I might just keep all these together and do some more playing with those. Let me get a towel. Teresa, my hands are stained. I think my hands are staying. What did I do with my towels? Well, they were here, and now they're gone. Might have to wait till after chat. They were here a minute ago. Well, I'm gonna use this one. See if I can't get some of this off of my fingers. Yeah, if I wouldn't go back to the person that did the piercing, I'd go to a doctor first. There's audiologists. Brenda says, Angie, I've wiped my ear with alcohol one time and pushed the earrings through, basically re-piercing. The back was either closed or just right. Oh, she says, go back and have them. Oh, wait, let's see. If you have your ears pierced and you're having a hard time getting, an earring. Oh, I read that wrong. Getting an earring in, what do you do? Oh, well, then you could go back. I wouldn't go to an audiologist for that. I thought you were having a hard time hearing. I thought they did something to your broken eardrum or something. Oh, dear. Good thing we've got people who can actually read chat in here. Teresa says, I knew you'd have to try for yourself first, Mary. All creative children do. I know, Teresa. I am really horrible that way. I do like to mind map, though. That's kind of a research thing. But when you get a new tool, sometimes just getting it out and playing with it, depends. Now, if I were doing woodworking or something with a power tool, I think I would probably read. I read the directions, but I think I would probably research it a little bit more. Now I'll go out and wash my hands with soap and water after chat. Let's see, what else is going on there? Becky's here. She says, I got you, Brenda. Brenda says, if it isn't, Mom drives me nuts. Let's see what's going on here. Brenda says, Bo makes all of her appointments. Let's see, Becky, I get it. Frustrations. Let's see, Becky says, oh my gosh, she just called again. Wait, let's go back up again. Becky says, okay, my mother-in-law just called and said she was supposed to go yesterday, not today. So they gave her a new appointment for May 2nd. So I put it on my calendar. And yeah, I can keep doing what I plan to do today. Yeah. And then Brenda says, Becky, now you at least have time to plan for the new appointment. Becky says, oh my gosh, she just called again. She is so confused. So either I'm taking her today or I'm taking her on the 2nd. She's calling back right now. She's probably confused too. Becky said, I'd just like to know what's going on. Scott always says how thankful he is for me to deal with his mom. Aw, Becky, she's lucky to have you. So is Scott. They're lucky to have you. Both of them are. Brenda says, that's me. If I'm going to be the driver, I need to know when and where we're headed. And 3 or 4 days notice. If not a week. Well, Becky, I hope it works out for you. They're lucky to have you. She says, my ears healed shut years ago, and since I don't wear earrings anymore, I just don't get earrings. Yeah, mine too. I had my ears pierced Oh, I was out of college. I was older. I was probably in my mid to late 20s when I had my ears pierced. And I wore earrings kind of, in the 80s. You think of those blue triangle ones, and, you know, they were pierced earrings were probably about the thing back then. I still have ink under this fingernail. It's bugging me. It looks dirty. It's blue ink. But then I got to the point where I stopped wearing those earrings and I just wore the studs, you know, the little gold pieces that they put in. And I would just wear those for the longest time, but I took those out and mine have grown shut too, but I can still feel where the holes are. I can still feel where the holes are. And I'm not going to fool with getting them pierced again. Brenda said that actually came off your hands pretty well. It did come off my hands, but I'm going to have to clean my fingernail here. Maybe get a nail file and get under there and see if I can't scrape it out. Okay, well, it's 8:58 and today is Thursday. So let's go through the spiel here. Thursday, we have Stacy Catitude at 10 a.m. Eastern. Becky was on Monday and Wednesday. We have Kathy Arbor on Thursday at 6 p.m. And also, that's Eastern. And Beth Schuler, of course, will be on tonight at 6 p.m. Eastern. Paint Girly is going to come on in 1 minute, Thursday at 10 a.m. Eastern. And Dusty Unicorn, Tuesday and Thursdays, I have her at 10 a.m. Pacific, but I'm not sure I have that time right, but that's what I have. But look for her, Dusty Unicorn. So I want to wish you all a really good Thursday. The weekend's right around the corner. I will probably stream tomorrow morning again at 6 a.m. and I'll try not to spill any ink. So have a great day, everybody. Bye.